Good morning, good morning. Hope you are all doing well. Thank you for joining. I have a few minutes before I have to head out. Figured I would spend some time with all of you, joining you on your Monday. Hello, Izuku. Hello, Muhammad. Is me. Okay. I hope you all are having a wonderful beginning of the week. It's always nice to share it together, giving each other a positive start and hoping for the best. Thank you, être juste, être forte. Saith, how are you? Do you know me before? Uzuku, I'm not sure. Help, if you can remind me, that would be great. Hello, Muhammad. Good morning to you. I see you, Fatima. Good morning to you, too. I hope everyone had a restful weekend. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you for liking the live. It's always amazing to see the support. I just changed my name. Okay, what was it before? Hello, Atra. Hello, Saman. Send me to play a tour. You and I'm from Algeria. Not exactly sure what you mean. 09119, thank you so much for following. Yes, I am currently in Abu Dhabi. Personne inconnue, thanks so much for following. Hi, hello. Oh, that's your name. Okay. Yes, I do remember you. I'm curious as to know why the sudden switch in your screen name. Hello, Superior. How are you? Hello, Person. So tell me, where are all of you at this time? Where are you watching from or listening from? Izuku, thank you so much for liking the live. Good morning, good morning. So where are all of you watching from? Lebanon? Dubai? I'm in the plane. No way. I'm also in Abu Dhabi. Amazing. Where are you off to, Izuku? Someone from Saudi. From Mumsad Beach, Dubai. Ooh, that's interesting. Je vous souhaite une bonne journée ensemble. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I extend those wishes to everyone on the live as well. Wahid Ahmed, let's translate, shall we? My daughters speak Arabic. I'm sorry, my friend. It's difficult for me. Hamid, thanks so much for the follow. Jani, bless you. Oh, I'm going to America to see my cousin. Ooh, which part of America? Or which state, I should say. Johnny, thanks so much for following. Welcome to RRR. Really? Hi, and good afternoon, Wali. I'm doing very well. Thanks so much for asking. Bilal, I'm doing well. Yo, Yusuf, bless you. Wow, I wasn't expecting so many people on at this time. We're up to 60. Impressive. Yo, thank you so much for following. Mohammed, thank you so much for following as well. RRR means rolls. Okay. I am originally from Lebanon, living in Abu Dhabi. Let me close the door to some of that noise. Yes. That's great. Good. Muhammad, thanks so much for the follow as well. And Johnny. Also, some people want to join. Let's see. Maybe in a little bit. Nazar, hello, and thank you for following. Thank Viper, okay. So today, have you ever had a restless night and wondered why? What were the thoughts that were passing through your mind? This is the question that I ask all of you today. What time is it here? It's the same time as where you are. Lebanese are very lovely, kind people. Bless you. Nazara, thank you so much for the follow. So my question to all of you, have you ever had a restless night? And what were the thoughts that were passing through your mind? Were they positive? Were they negative? Were they a source of revelation? Why was 8 afraid of 7? Here we go. Why? Definitely negative. Whoa, superior. It takes a lot for someone to actually acknowledge that. Now, my question to you is this. Do you really feel like they were negative? Or was it an attempt to draw your attention to some of the thoughts that you were having? Goodbye, King. See you. Enjoy the rest of your day. That's my question for you, Superior. If it's definitely negative, now only you know your thoughts. Were they an attempt to bring your attention to some of those thoughts? Thank you, Ragab. You're always super supportive. I'm finding your answer. I want to learn English. God willing. God willing. So those late night thoughts, a viewer was able to say that they were negative. And my question is it really? Hello, Ragab. Hope you're good. And yes, it definitely has been a long time. Hi, Ahmad. Hasnawi, thanks so much for the follow, as well as Abdul Wahab. Hello, Furkan. So I tend to find that a lot of the thoughts that come to my mind between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. are often thoughts that I would not think during the day. And oftentimes, when I sit alone and I am alone with my thoughts, there's a certain revelation, a certain message that's being brought through. And it's up to me what message I take. Superior says, we can't change things by only thinking. We need actions. Now the action, going on what you're saying, could be that you're thinking about it. Because if you think about it, when we're busy during the day, we don't really give much attention to our thoughts because they're fleeting. There are many things that are occurring that take our attention away from our own thoughts. But there's no hiding from them at 12 a.m. And there's definitely no hiding from them when you're restless and trying to fall asleep. So that leads me to my next point. What are your thoughts saying to you? Do you acknowledge them? Do you value them? What is it that your thoughts are trying to tell you? And are they necessarily negative? Or are they thoughts that are drawing your attention to something that you didn't consider? Definitely a heavy, heavy topic right off in the morning. But it's something that I would like everyone to consider. There's no fighting it. Eventually you succumb to it. Eventually you give in to listening to those thoughts. And it's only then do you feel at peace. So I ask you, when was the last time you had a restless night? And what were the thoughts that were passing through your mind? And did you give the energy that is needed to figure it out? What is the lesson to be learned? Because I know I just spent between 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. asking myself those very questions. And they were important questions. They were necessary questions. They were questions that I had been brushing off and putting aside, that could no longer be ignored, and that it took a restless night to finally listen. So I ask all of you, when was the last time you listened? It's often very difficult, very, very challenging to be alone with ourselves. It's very, very difficult to listen to the certain thoughts that pass through our minds because they're not easy and they're not always pleasant, but we have to welcome them and we have to listen for knowledge, for betterment, because in this journey that we call life, listening is often overlooked. Listening is something that is ignored. Too often we're too quick to talk, and too often we don't listen. But it's listening that's a lost skill. It's understanding that's a lost trade. Because sometimes we listen to respond, but sometimes what we really need is to listen to understand. And there is a big difference between the two. And once you realize this difference, once you truly, truly listen to understand, it's only then that new forms of thoughts are more positive. Going back to the comments here. Is this a poem or you're talking to us? No, this is definitely me talking to all of you. You sound poetic. Bless you, Fatima. Bless you. We should not get stuck with every thought. Some of them should be ignored and try to be happy. I'm in between on that response. These are the thoughts that are troubling you. These are the thoughts that will not let you sleep until they are acknowledged, until they are recognized. They may not be happy thoughts, it's true, but you're meant to hear them. Karima, thank you so much for following. Thoughts should be ignored before these change into stress and pain. Now, that is one point I will agree with. These thoughts are not necessarily the best of thoughts because you are unable to sleep. But these thoughts are generated because oftentimes our subconscious, our minds, try to tell us information that we are not aware of in our present day. And it's this conversation that occurs between you and yourself where the revelation and enlightenment occurs. And in all honesty, I feel like that is the point of understanding. What am I meant to learn? What am I meant to change from a stressful or painful circumstance? Because in this journey, the journey called life, we are meant to have the challenges as well as the beauty and all the in-between. And those challenges, those obstacles, those stressful situations, the pain that comes along with it, is what we're meant to encounter. It's what we're meant to live through. Because only then, just like you would, as if you're playing a game, you then level up. You level up in your psyche, you level up in your soul, and your new outlook of life is forever changed. Bless you, Fatima. You're always so supportive. Ice, thank you so much for the follow. Wow, I just saw your face. Bless you, bless you, bless you. I will join you later. Now it's time for prayer. I wish and I hope that everything you pray for comes true. Excuse me. Bikram, thanks so much for the follow. Ken, hello. You're really interesting and I like to communicate on such informative topics. I agree. Thanks for this, Rolo. Bless you, Fatima. The other thing is that I do want to come on here and say is that as I pass through things that happen to me, they're genuine to me and they're truthful and they're valuable and I see it as my own truth. And part of that is for me to come on here and to explain the very things that I find are maybe difficult to explain in our waking lives. And oftentimes I feel that I do have the time to sit and think and contemplate, and I do have the time to understand the messages that are coming through. And it's my duty and it's my obligation to come and to go live and to share. I feel like it's pointless for it to sit with me. I feel like it's pointless for my own thoughts to stay my own. And if it changes one person, if it changes one perspective, I'll feel that I've accomplished something today. Is this a hypnosis session? No. No, Majid, it's not. And I understand that maybe perhaps for some people it may be difficult to understand. And I understand also that, some of these things that I say may not resonate with people. But I do feel like I need to, as a person, say it. And if I can share my perspective, and if I can share my experience, then maybe someone else can share it to others. Because we all have to remember something. And we all have to remind ourselves that although we are surrounded by people, although we encounter many people in our daily lives, how often do we speak? And how often are we heard? Can you explain where you were in 1933, September 7th? Not around, that's for sure. Interesting question. Majid, thanks so much for the follow. It sounds like it is. Not my intention. Life is no good. Whoa, that's quite a statement, Zaki. I beg to differ. Life is amazing. With all of its ups and its downs, it's truly, truly amazing. I like your tone and pace of voice. I think I found my cure to insomnia. I have been told many times that I should do my own podcast. Just not ready for it, I guess. Ajaz, thank you so much for the follow. What's the matter? Nothing. Nothing is the matter. Everything is looking very good. Are you a teacher? I'm a trainer. Thank you, Muhammad, for the follow, as well as Abdurrahman and others maybe that I missed. Wow, we're already up to 1.2 thousand likes. That's incredible. Thank you so much for your support. Hello, and how are you? Anis, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Always. Now I will be honest and truthful. The thoughts that occurred to me last night were the most painful of thoughts. And I'm happy that it happened. I'm actually relieved that it happened. Because in the middle of the stressful thoughts and the pain, there comes that revelation. And that revelation allows me to understand why it is I do what I do, and why it is that I repeat the same pattern, and why it is that I repeat the same behavior. And if I truly, truly want to change myself and change the behavior, I need to face the pain. I need to be able to understand the lesson. We are forever students. We will be forever in the process of learning, because learning is lifelong. Learning is never a one-time deal. It's never exactly everything that you learn in school. It's what you learn in life. And oftentimes, when we repeat the same behavior and we repeat the same reaction and we repeat the same response, we are truly not learning. We're just repeating what we know to be our patterns and our truth. But I feel like in this lifetime, I strongly, strongly feel that we are given tests of character, tests of morale, testing our very ethics down to our core. And that is a very difficult task to undertake. But the blessing is that we have our lifetime to achieve it. We have our lifetime to undertake it. We have our lifetime to change it. And that's the very essence and the very meaning that I'm trying to put through. So yes, it is painful. And yes, some of these thoughts may not be welcomed, but sometimes we are forced to listen because they are no longer, or we are no longer able to ignore it. Safe, this is not a TED Talk or a cult. Good God. Are you? I just saw that I have not been to school for the last 2 weeks. Well, welcome. Aslam, thanks so much for the follow and for your kind comment. Shadi, thank you as well. It's Fayez, thank you so much for the finger heart and your support. I am originally from Lebanon. I was born there and I lived in America and now living in Abu Dhabi. Your English is very interesting for me to learn, and I want to learn English. Your sound is like $1 million. Whoa. Then I hope the message that I'm trying to set through is priceless. Thank you for always supporting, and I do understand that you are working, Fatima. Hello, Kim. Good to see you. What's good? SP Ram and Prince, thanks so much for the follow, as well as Ahmed. Hi, good morning. I'm Mary from Ghana. Welcome. I'd take the $1 million. Good. I stop my work and listening to you. Wow, Islam. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's this? Safe. The comment that you mentioned is not able to be translated. I tried. How am I? I'm doing well. Really interesting learning English with you. Thank you so much. What brings an American back to the Middle East? That's a good question. Family values comes first to mind. I like that there's still a deep feeling of culture and family values in the Middle East. Hello, good afternoon. I'm from Nepal. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing well. This is true. I stopped as well just to listen. Very calming speech. Busami, that means a lot. The lack of gun violence? Well, security is definitely on the top of my list. And maybe because I can. Hello, guys, and greetings from North Iraq. Hello. Welcome from Sri Lanka. I've actually visited there once. Very peaceful, very, very peaceful country. Bows before the gentlewoman behind the mic. Bless you. I honestly did not expect that response. Kansuri, thanks so much for the follow. Why the hostility? There's no hostility. He's my social media manager, so he's just comical in that way. Ayub, thanks so much for the follow. And Busami, living in Qatar. Amazing. Thank you so much for everyone who has joined. I know it's taking time from your work life as well as, what you have planned for the day, but I hope some of you can take what I've said and maybe apply it in your life. My mother tongue is Kurdish and my Arabic is better than my mother tongue. Where'd you find him? Oh gosh, here we go. Save, please. Put the safe away. Let's not bring this on. This is taking away from the important message that I'm trying to put through. Let's be mature about it, can we? Thank you. Yes, kindness. Kindness above all else. Let's put our pride behind us. Kindness all the way. We need more of that, don't we? Agree. Thank you, Busami. So I'm assuming most of you are either at work or on your way to work, depending on where you are in the Middle East. Some people are just joining, and I appreciate that. Some people are following. I appreciate that more. Or quarantined. Oh, goodness. I do not see you. Yes. I chose not to be visual today. Right. What time is it? Let's see. Could somebody tell me what time it is? I would have to exit the screen. Good. I'm glad to see that you're getting along now. Here's my question. I think I have passed by your stream a couple of times. I do remember you, actually. I do remember you. It's 1:30 p.m. I can't even believe how fast the time passes. I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. I am Razan from Palestine, living in Lebanon. So hi. Hello, Razan. I see that you have a teacher in your screen name, so I'm assuming you're a teacher too. MD Zaki, thank you so much. Or Zachary, thanks so much. Oh, sound. I've missed something. Hamza, thanks so much for following as well. So, how often do you silence the world? This is my question for you. How often do you silence the world? And what I mean by that is you turn off the TV, you put down your cell phone, you put down every device and just sit in absolute silence. How often do you do that? How often do you just take the time to be by yourself? Truly by yourself. Maybe in the dark sometimes. Oh, I can't recall I have ever done that. On weekends? And what do you mean, please? For example, when I have downtime, the first thing I do is I pick up my phone and I look at messages or I'll reach out to people. Other things that I do is I'll watch television or call people on the phone or go out and meet with people that I know. But how often do I sit and do absolutely nothing. And by doing nothing, do you feel that it's not productive? Do you feel like you should be doing something? Camping. That's a very interesting point you just mentioned. You're kind of alone when you go camping, aren't you? You put yourself out there to get away from the buzz of the world. There's nothing to occupy your time. There's nothing to really distract you. Kim says, yes, I don't need anyone. The thing is that oftentimes, and I'll pin your comment to the top, that some people are, I can't pin it. Some people feel uncomfortable with being alone. Some people feel like they need to be surrounded by someone most of the time. Or being passive in front of a TV when you don't feel like socializing. But that is a notion that I would like people to try to change. You can be alone, and it shouldn't be regarded as being unproductive. It shouldn't be regarded as being lonely. There's a very big difference between being alone and being or feeling lonely. Lonely is an emotion where you're craving or you're needing a social interaction. Being alone is when you need to release yourself of social interactions. Feeling lonely can be perceived as a negative. Being alone is the positive. Feeling comfortable being alone is the positive, because we all need it. In that moment when you are truly alone between you and yourself, that is where you grow. And not many people give themselves the opportunity to be alone. And not many people give themselves the opportunity to grow. Because going back to what I said earlier, it's in these moments when you're alone is when you listen to your thoughts most. And that is when you truly grow. I just want to take a moment for you all to understand what was just said. I'm trying to think of something like that. Nope, nothing comes up, sadly. And it's interesting you said sadly at the end of your statement. I want you all to try your best to have time alone, to have time for yourself. And it's not necessarily participating in an activity or having a recreational thing to do. It's you and yourself, you and your inner thoughts, you and your mind. Your mind needs to hear your soul, and your mind and your soul need to be one. Because I truly, honestly feel that when people are discontent, and I mean when they're not okay, I'm not going to say any other mainstream word that comes across. I'm just going to say not okay, because everyone has their own version of what okay seems to be to them. When you're not okay,
there's a discord. There's a discord between your mind and your soul. And when you are united, when your mind is connected to your soul during your me time, as you say, or during the time in which you remove yourself from the buzz and the noise of the world, that's when you become one, when your mind connects with your soul. And we need that to be better than okay. It'll bring us back to our normalcy. We all have our version of normalcy. We all have our version of what makes us feel content. And I'm not saying happy, and I'm not saying depressed. I'm saying content. We're not looking for happiness in that moment in time. We are looking for normalcy. Normalcy is our norm. Just like if you think of a wavelength, right? When you look at a wavelength, you see that it peaks and it drops. It peaks and it drops. But there is a point in which there is a consistency. That consistency is our normalcy. It's neither you're happy nor you're sad. It's just consistent. And when you feel like your emotions are driving your rationale, it's time to bring you back down to normalcy. Normalcy is your norm. And having that alone time, which is a good thing, which is a positive thing, will set you on the right path to being content. I talk to myself every day. Don't know exactly since how long I have been doing that. That's amazing. Roller, your voice makes me think of a Greek witch with crystal ball talking about the future. Oh, I certainly hope not. Heartbroken is now following. But all past years that I recall, I admit, have done it. And guess what? I love to. Some people are very comfortable with it. Some people are easily able to do it. Some people have forgotten. And that's what I'm here to say, is that it should be part of our routine, and it should be part of a point when you feel like you are misguided specifically. When you feel like you are misguided, there are some things you cannot tell people. There are some thoughts you can't share with people because each and every one of us has our own journey and our own learning experiences for us to grow. And to disclose this information, you leave yourself vulnerable to judgment. You leave yourself vulnerable to how someone perceives you. But when you are sitting alone between you and yourself, your mind and your soul, there's no judgment there. There's recognition. There's acknowledgement. There's a position. And in that understanding, you can truly value how important it truly is. And that's why I come on here. I just want to remind people that it's important. It's important. Can you answer, or you're reading a speech? When I talk, I tend to look away from the screen. And when I talk, I try to repeat the thoughts that are passing through my mind. And if I look at the conversation or the comments that are being put through, I find myself distracted. So I'll wait and I'll pause when my thoughts are or have run its course, and then I'll revisit the chat box. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Busami, for coming in. We don't want you to get in trouble. You definitely need to go back to work. She is talking about how the unicorn moved from planet Earth to another planet. Oh, I wish. Games are good, though I do that sometimes. I have my own PC set up beside PS, Xbox. Okay, just revisiting the comments. It looks like I got to all of them. Thank you so much, Abdi, for following, as well as Khan and Zakil, Rahal, Hisham, Kapdala. I agree with you. Pizza sounds great option beside a salad. Yeah, why not? Okay. At this time, I have to go. I've already ignored a few phone calls that came through while I was chatting on the platform. I understand that some people wanted to come on to the guest and speak on some of the things that I had said. Hopefully in the next live, I will give a part of the segment for people to talk and exchange ideas. Did you? Okay. So I wish you all an amazing day ahead, and I hope that some of you were able to take some of the information that I had said and apply it. It's definitely important, and it's definitely important to remember ourselves in everything that we do. Because it's only when we work on ourselves that we can truly assist others. And that's the whole basis to this live. The live is not only for me to experience things that I experience, it's to experience the things that I experience, understand, and to take the meaning of what I am meant to understand and hopefully pass it to all of you. And in that way, you can see a different perspective to certain things that occur in your life. And maybe also appreciate the complexity of your mind, the complexity of your thoughts, and not just diminish them as negative or positive, but to accept them and to work with them and to grow from them. And that's the bottom. That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway. All right, everyone. I wish you the best on the rest of the day as well as the week if I do not speak to you. Hopefully I will pop in sometime tomorrow and we can talk then. Take care, stay well, blessings to all of you.